Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. On our last episode, we have pretty much our laboratory up and running. We're just waiting for the research to finish on the liquid reservoir that we're going to pump our Germy water into. We're getting that sort of infinite loop slowly going with the initial water coming from up here. We're putting our oxygen production back online, this time with a little bit of polluted oxygen, which will feed into these deodorizers and work out quite nicely. So this is all starting to come back online just in time. We have the Great Hall done, so stress is going to slowly go down, but though we've kind of increased it because with these airlocks we are starting to ramp things back up. They keep on going through this water, and so as a result they're going to get soaking wet, and that's going to raise their... Oh no. Polluted water. I don't want you to put polluted water here. We'll need to work on that. Oh no. Yeah, I don't want them moving the polluted water. The polluted water is going to create our oxygen. Alright, so we have our airlock set up here though. Let's turn off auto bottling. This is fine. We can live with it. It's not like it's germy water. That would be bad. But so we're going to disable these bottle emptiers. They've done their job. Yep, just do nothing from here on out, making sure that's all set. No, we don't even want you doing water anymore. We're good on this. Alright, perfect. So, all the auto bottlers turned off. We have our airlock ready to go. I think we're going to dig out here and start getting this done. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we're going to dig out through here. Yeah, see, Stinky's stress is going back up because we're making him go through all this. But then we're also going to dig out through here. And the idea is that we're going to flood, basically, this swamp biome with chlorine gas, which will solve all these problems for us. We don't really want polluted water in here because it's going to mess with our lock a little bit here. Eventually this will all turn into oxygen, and this lock will collapse. We can solve that by putting a little bit more water in there eventually, but we really just don't want to take it out of here where the deodorizers are. I don't really think there's much of a risk that we'll get germs up here, but we're going to have polluted oxygen in this area anyways because of what we're going to be doing with the swamp biome, but I wanted to hold off a little bit on that. Alright, so want them to keep on mopping up this and turn more of our oxygen production back online, and then when we need to, we'll put more water down here, refill these algae terrariums. But for now, we also just want this research to finish. It's pretty close. And that'll finish up our bathrooms, at least for the time being. We'll start filling up a liquid reservoir, and then we'll just make another liquid reservoir. And eventually we'll start doing our solution, long-term solution for the water, which is just to have it loop it back. But I like having a little bit of a reservoir here. Because you can pump a bunch of chlorine in here, which we're probably just going to break in through here to accomplish, and that will disinfect the water that we send to the water sieve to cool things down. So, getting our bathrooms all set up. Farms are still good. These maybe need a little bit of work. Eventually, we're going to need to deal with this. Polluted water will need to go somewhere. For the time being, though, let's just set ourselves up another deodorizer. Yeah, getting this oxygen back online is important, because then it means that we will be able to work down here a little bit longer. Poor Stinky. We're making him go through that water so much. It's alright, Stinks. It'll soon be over. We just need a little bit more done here. And we're going to get you a bathroom. It's going to make you even less stressed. So we've hit most of the big stuff. I think internal combustion is a pretty big one, though. And eventually getting to our sensors. Smelting is also going to be important, but not for a while. We kind of need something to set up for cooling first. So I think we're going to just work towards our coal engine here. The generator is going to be saving us a lot of effort in the long run, because eventually we're going to need to start powering up a lot of stuff. Finish up your mopping. Yeah. We kind of have just a little bit too much water here. Like, one layer of this does a little bit more than we want for these algae terrariums, unfortunately. But it's still going to work fairly well, I think, in the long run. Because having this water down here, we can always just pump some more out. Oh, let's just disable this building for a bit here. And let's set this to when this is at 10%. Alright. Not bad. So, research working towards internal combustion. Check this off. Jobs. Bert is finally done with Gopher. We could send him all the way to Architect. Could also work on Courier. I think we actually just want to start cross-training with Research Assistant. That way he gets his intelligence up a little bit, his learning up a little bit. Are you unable to do research? Is that why this is not showing up? He is not capable of performing research jobs. Alright, never mind. We are not cross-training you. And instead, I think we're going to send him off to be an architect. I don't think he needs much more carrying capacity right now. We'll eventually make him as a courier, but Bert is going to be our dedicated building guy. And I think we might as well get this process going. Did we run across an oxygen pocket? Is that why there's... Oh, there's a little bit from here. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so let's dig out here. And... yeah, not much else to do. We will dig out this as well to make this a little bit more air coming through here. But, how are we doing on germs here? A little bit. That's fine. We're gonna end up flooding this area with chlorine. In fact, maybe we just get Stinky working on that right now. Stinky, we got a task for you. It's going to raise your stress even more because we're going to have you go through this airlock a bunch, but I believe in you, Stinks. You're my boy. And let's finally get this up and running. Liquid reservoir. Here we go. So, do we want to set it up right here, right outside the airlock? I think that works. That's fine. I do kind of want to be able to put in a layer of insulation, but yeah, we'll do with this for now. We'll just have a little bit of extra heat in the bathroom. It's not going to be a big deal. And plumbing-wise, let's hook this up. And we can actually deconstruct this, because I think we're going to just have it loop when we go to the next one. Perfect. And then I think we just want to, once we get this done, we're going to disable these buildings and have them all just use the lavatory up here. I think that's the solution in the long run. So lots of stuff being produced here, lots of oxygen. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. Sort of a layer of polluted oxygen here, which is fine. You can see it. You can actually see the oxygen flowing out here. Oh yeah. It's at 2 kilograms here, and it's just pouring out into this area. That'll be great for us. Get that oxygen up and running. Have this lavatory up and running. We'll need to move these out of here eventually. Oh yeah. Perfect. He washes his hands. Everything works. No fuss, no muss. I love it. Let's, just for precaution's sake, set up another one of these bad boys right here. Job mastered. Nope, that was from Bert earlier. Skill increase was what popped up. Yeah, so we're going to have these liquid reservoir, just store all of our germy water for now. The germs will slowly go down, not fast enough to really matter. Eventually, we're just going to want to fill that with chlorine. Oh, stinks. I think what we want to do as well is we just want to set up just a simple pneumatic door here and I guess here. And this will allow us to control entry. That way, we have a really stressed out person like Stinky, we can just tell Stinky, look, you don't have to walk through this water anymore. That's what's raising his stress in a big way here. Yeah, his morale is sufficient. It's this sopping wet thing which is crushing him right now. So eventually we'll tell Stinks, don't go there. Eventually. I think we do want to get this finished out, though. That seems a little important. Alright, so. These, I think it's time to just disable. I think we've got enough going on here. Yeah, that will lower morale a little bit, but should be good. I just need to remember to turn this back on until we move the power to a more permanent location. We don't really need the power permanent location to be up here. This is just a temporary thing to get some water into the system. Right, just to kickstart it. Because eventually you need a little bit of water to start off with. And I'd like to kind of fill up this reservoir. That way I have a little bit more effective of a disinfecting system. A little bit more effective. Looking good. I don't think we really need to set up another deodorizer. It might help though. Alright, so this chlorine will start coming down, and Stinky just needs to take a little bit of a vacation. Maybe right now. Because he's going to lose a little bit morale when he loses the bathroom here. Yeah, maybe we just have him take a little bit of a vacation now. So this is how you do it. You basically say, Stinky, you're not allowed to go out here anymore. And so yeah, now he's gonna work on other things that don't stress him out quite as much. It sucks to not have this done right now, but I care about your mental well-being, Stinky. That's all I'm saying. I care about you. We're gonna make this work, Stinks. They're emptying the terrariums, and then we can just reflood this area when we need more water in the terrariums. We don't need it right now. In fact, we basically don't even need to supply these for a while. We've got this polluted water, yeah, we've got all this polluted water going. But eventually, we'll want to do that. So, what do we want Stinky to do in the meantime is a big question. I guess eventually, what we really want to set up is we want to set up a kiln. We need clay, though, which also is going to come from here. Awkward. So we do really want this dug out, don't we? But we would like to set up a kiln to start getting ceramic. We'd like it to be in our disinfected area because we want the clay to be disinfected before we turn it into ceramic. Or the ceramic to be disinfected. Either one works. We also probably should work towards this next and get our food. This is at 73%. No, it's not that bad. But we are getting up there with the staleness of our food. We don't want that to be too much of an issue. Oh, and we need to hook this up, don't we? Sure. Shoom. Shoom. Perfect. Alright. We don't need to reflood this with water for a while, though. Eventually, we can have a more sort of automated system. I think, really, this is just going to be a temporary solution until we eventually get some sort of electrolyzer system going. Ooh, new duplicant. None of you have diver's lungs. I'm not even really missing out on too much. Small bladder is actually a positive thing once you have your lavatories up and running. This guy being unconstructive is kind of bad. This guy being flatulent is kind of bad. Whatever. Not gonna miss you too much. We're still just holding out for the all diver's lungs. The all diver's lungs base. We're doing it. We're gonna get there. Eventually. It seems rough now, because we're rejecting all these people. Stinky, you still have the sopping wet debuff. Sure. But you're getting... You're gonna get better, right? How long more do you have the sopping wet debuff? 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Okay, good. I was about to say, Stinky, you gotta get over it, man. I understand it was a rough experience, but now you're on vacation. You gotta start to learn how to relax, you know? I do want the morale buff from here. I'm probably concerned enough about it that we should just get it done right now. So let's set up our more permanent solution. Slightly more permanent solution. We're just going to set up a thing right here. Easy peasy. Quick and cheesy. Not hard. I guess people will be walking in here to pick up this algae now because I didn't sweep this out. Yeah, see. Oh, I also have them walking in here just to do this apparently. Why don't you guys... Yeah, I don't even really like take credit for this one. You guys have decided to get sopping wet there all by your lonesomes. Alright. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? I've murdered this port. I keep murdering hatches. There's one probably buried under one of these. No, he's here. But I've murdered at least one hatch. Basically in the same process. He got trapped in my area here. We will breed you back to greater numbers. Don't worry. Eventually, it's all gonna be fine. Let's no, that's not what we want. There we go. Let's get this going, and then we can disconnect this once we're done. We can basically deconstruct all this stuff. Oh no, Stinky. Oh, Stinky. There's copper over here. Now Stinky's sopping wet again. Oh no. This is gonna cut it really close. Okay, Stinky, we really need you to stop doing this. If we can get the morale buff here, though, we're probably actually balancing things out in the long run. So yeah, let's start working on the pantry. I want to set up the fridges here and move all our food to here. I think that's a pretty good idea. Jobs mastered. Nisbet. Perfect. We could bump her up to courier. We could also just have her do scientist. I think we're just going to send her up to courier. Get that extra carrying capacity. It's always useful. Man, this little bit of copper here is really making them run through that water. That is unfortunate. Well, we'll deal. And we're going to deconstruct. Are you hopping back down into the water and drowning yourself? Okay, stop doing that. See, you're as dumb as my dupes. Oh my god. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves, can they? Alright. Working towards our fridges. Set up this pantry system. These are slowly starting to work themselves out. You can see them kind of struggling a little bit, but they'll get there. And once we get Stinky down to just a little bit more manageable of a stress level, then we can run them back out. We have an idle person. What are you doing? I guess I don't have that much work for the colony to do at the moment. Yeah, let's do more of our sinks and whatnot. Seems like a plan. Set up a couple more of these. Set up another lavatory. We're not gonna have much decoration in here. That's fine. We'll just keep using sandstone. I don't really care about the material of this in a huge way, because none of this is like going to be super hot at the moment. I think we're gonna re-cool off the stuff that we send in here before we send it in here. I do need to disable this battery though, right? Nope. Okay, this washroom counts. Wasn't sure if that counted as industrial equipment. I think it's only the hamster wheel that does. So once we got rid of that, we were fine. We will set this to something low, 10%. That way they don't show up there just for short periods of time. So yeah, we have a lot of room in this liquid reservoir, and we can always just open up this airlock, build another one. We're going to say that default access is not available at this time. We don't want people running out here for no reason. Alright, Stinky. Just slowly de-stressing. This is good. He's a stressed out man because he's got so many responsibilities. But if we just get him down a little bit more, we'll be Gucci. I mean, look at this poor guy. Oh, he's sick with himself. But it's getting better, isn't it? Oh, low oxygen. Really? Where are you at low oxygen? I guess you're going down here, aren't we? Makes sense. Okay. Maybe we just need to solve this part right now. I mean, frankly, we would be better off just grabbing all this algae as well. And a little bit more of this. Perfect. I like it. What's the germ situation? Kind of bad in here. Yeah, he has a little bit. He'll get over it. Walk it off. Walk it off, Stinks. Get all this algae. We'll eventually toss it all up here. Cook it up into oxygen. But yeah, the rate that you get on these algae terrariums these days is so good that it's really no longer a noob trap. I think it's actually just a legitimate, viable way to generate your oxygen. Maybe even better than the oxidizers. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. We've got our lavatory system online. We have our oxygen production back up and running, which we'll use to kind of shove down this carbon dioxide. This is like not very dense carbon dioxide, so we're just gonna, it's all gonna get crunched down here once this oxygen flows out a little bit further. I guess we do have to worry a little bit about popped air drums. In fact, maybe I should just open up this area. Huh, yeah. I think we're going to do that. We're going to open up this area, and then we're just going to leave this to open, actually. And we're going to let the oxygen flow through here as well. Might as well. We're not flooding this with chlorine at this point. And yeah, these gases are slowly mixing. We're seeing this chlorine. It was at 300, and now it's at 440. This is going to raise in density, and that's going to allow us to basically just flood this entire swamp biome with chlorine gas, disinfect it, get all that nice slime. We can use that slime to make a new farm for mushrooms. But yeah, things are going pretty well. Got our airlock system all set up and running on the first side that we're exploring out. We'll probably set up another one sort of over here and explore out this area. This looks doable. There's just like a straight up pathway right here. And research coming along. Food's in a good position. Everything looking good. All right, I'm going to cut things off here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.